Hello EDUSPLORERs, thanks for joining us again and welcome back to another informative video on our YouTube channel. On today's episode, we are taking you deep inside the African country of Mozambique. Our focus in this particular episode shall be in the capital Maputo. By the end of this video, we will explore Maputo in details, bring to you its history, the amazing and unique nature of this African city. More importantly, we shall explore the details as different areas where Maputo stands out among other cities in Mozambique. But before we dive into that, I will allow me to give you a quick background with regards to the country of Mozambique. Mozambique is a southern African nation whose long Indian Ocean coastline is dotted with popular beaches like Tofu, as well as offshore marine parks in the Quambas archipelago, a 250 stretch of coral islands, mangroves covered in Ibo Islands, has colonial era ruins surviving from a period of Portuguese rule. The Bazaruto archipelago further south has reefs which protects rare marine life, which includes places like the dugongs and other very important areas in this particular country of Africa. In this episode also, we shall be looking as to that Mozambique, having been almost 5 centuries as a Portuguese colony, came to a close with independence in 1975. Large-scale immigration by whites, economic dependence on South Africa, a severe drought and a prolonged civil war hindered the country's development at the time. The ruling party formally abandoned the Marxism, so to point out, in 1989, and a new constitution the following year provided for multi-party election and a free market economy. According to a UN negotiated peace agreement, with rebel forces ended fighting in 1992. If you like what you're about to see with regards to this particular episode, we would encourage you to subscribe, share this video to your different network, and also leave your comments. Digging deep into this, as we've just mentioned earlier, our main focus in this episode will be the amazing capital of Maputo. In considering Maputo, just to give you a clear picture on the background, Maputo, which was formerly known as the De La Goa Bay and Lourenço Marques, is the largest city in the Republic of Mozambique and the country's political and economic center. The city is located along the South Indian Ocean coast of Mozambique and has a population of just over 1.2 million people at the moment. It's known for its beaches and also for its deep sea harbor that provides access port for oceanic trade. The Dutch first established the settlement as a coastline trading post in 1721, to point out. After a few years, the British took control of the post and transferred it to the Portuguese in 1781. African locals nicknamed the post to be Zulujuin, which meant the white man's place. Portugal established a military fort at the post in 1787, and ultimately area grew into a town. As of 1898, the town became the capital of the Portuguese East African colony. The Portuguese changed the town's name from De La Goa Bay to Lourenço Marques in honor of a 16th century Portuguese trader at the time. If you are new to this channel, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. In moving deep into, in particular, this particular African city, so to lay it out, as of 1870s, even before declaring the city of Maputo the capital, the Portuguese began to develop it due to its proximity to the South African gold and diamond mines. The Portuguese constructed railroads and also rail lines in different areas to bring South African minerals to the city harbor for export. By the 1900s, Lourenço Marques became the primary exporter of South African goods. Agricultural products from Portuguese East African includes things like cotton, cashew nut, and also sugar, copra, and tea. Sisal were also transported to the city for export to different countries. Lourenço Marques was a racially segregated city at the time. We are talking about this amazing African city of Maputo. The Portuguese lived in a plush, affluent, and white area nicknamed the Cement City at the time. Residents in Cement City enjoyed public gardens, parks, paved sidewalks, marbles and faced public buildings, and the wide boulevard avenues. Africans were required to live in the Kaniko, or you call it the reed-built shanty towns on the black side of the town. The Kaniko, as it was called then, received few city resources. The racial segregation reminded blacks of their inferior status in the Portuguese world at the time. If you are new to our channel, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. Blacks found various ways to resist the racial policies of the Portuguese. In the early 1800s, the Xangana people attacked Lourenço Marques and sacked the city garrison. As of 1940s, high school students led the local rebellion in the city. Due to the strength of the Portuguese International and State Defense Police, many anti-colonial protesters such as these focusing on the capital were violently crushed. The strong Portuguese military presence around the Lourenço Marques meant that, as late as 1970s, Mozambique's most successful anti-colonial organization, FRELIMO, was forced to organize in the rural areas of the colonial north and also the neighboring North Portuguese territories. It was also unable to operate near the colonial capital. Ironically, it was this sense of invulnerability that persuaded the Portuguese to hold on to the colony a decade and a half after surrounding African nations, so to point out, gained their independence. Maputo has transformed in recent years. It's an amazing African city, as you may want to see in the video. Mozambique receives independence in 1974, particularly as a result of, because you would say that the military coup that happened in Portugal put in power a government there that was unwilling to continue to fight on other Portuguese colonies in Africa. With independence, the country renamed its capital Maputo in honor of a local chief. Upon independence, many white residents fled blacks' relocations to former Cement City. It should be noted that Maputo has transformed as well. Today, Maputo manufactures shoes, tobacco, aluminium, rubber. It is home of numerous cultural institutions, including the University of Eduardo Mondlane, the Natural History Museum, and the Museum of the Revolution. The city is organized into 7 townships and 63 neighborhoods. An elected city council consisting of a president and 15 councillors governed by the city. If you are new to EDUSPLORER, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. Maputo is a transformed city. It's one of African recognized mega city that has transformed in recent years. The country's city has different hospitality issues in terms of attracting foreigners from around the world. Tourists flock into this amazing African city to visit, to see its amazing coastline and how the city has attracted different businesses from around the world. Of course, Maputo does have its own challenges, no doubt. However, the government is working really closely, as Maputo is a very important city in the country. It does have some international things that someone would like to visit. There are different places you could visit while you're in Mozambique or Maputo, so to point out. You could go to Núcleo De Arte. It's a very important area. You may also visit Fortaleza of Maputo. It's a very fantastic place for you to take a look. In Hanka Island, it's another very important place. More importantly, you could check in Hinka Islands. It's also attractive. Nearby other areas will include the FEIMA, Feira de Artesanato, Flores, which is basically so important for people who would travel to this particular city in Mozambique. Also, you cannot leave Maputo without visiting the Parroquia Santo Antonio. It's a fascinating place that will amaze your visit and travel in Maputo. If you are new to this channel, we'll encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. That's all what we got for you with regards to Maputo. Based on its history, the country has come a long way, and Maputo's transformation didn't happen overnight. It's an African city that has gone through a lot, considering from 1721 until today, 2021. It's a transformed city considering its history. So in this episode, we're trying to also point out to you that there are African cities that have huge history, and we should continue to bring those to you so you may know the journey that most of these cities have gone through in the past couple of years. Hopefully, we're able to inform you with regards to Maputo. We are looking forward to meeting you again in our next episode. We encourage you to watch some other videos on our YouTube channel. For now, I want to thank you. We're looking forward to meeting you soon, and have a good day. Bye-bye.